Today, I will be explaining level 33 of the backrooms and what happens the moment you imagine yourself exploring this level. A backrooms level that seems to slowly deteriorate the further you explore, okay? So before you imagine what level 33 of the backrooms like and you exploring, I will first give you some quick bits of information of what the backrooms is. So, number one, you are aware that the backrooms is an otherworldly place that is only accessible when you no-clip out of reality. A place that it is detached from reality. Okay. Number two, the backrooms is comprised of many levels, including level 33, in which you are about to explore. Okay. And number three, many levels can contain entities that are most likely hostile. Alright. So, with this bits of general information of the backrooms, I'll now give you a overview of level 33 of what it looks like before you start exploring. Okay. So, level 33 seems to be an empty shopping mall. Most of the stores are owned by major corporations from the real world, but usually have few products in stock or completely empty. Some stores are closed off by a gate that currently has no way of opening. Okay. More often than not, the food courts will be empty, but there is a slight chance that you will come across a food court or store that has a full stock. Okay, a full stock. And there's a possibility of you finding food and almond water. When you first enter, there is a very low chance that you will encounter entities like hounds, dollars, or a few dead rats, or even a skin stealer. But as you go some 20 kilometers down, there is a chance that you will see more and more entities, and they will appear more often. And this mall will progressively get worn down the further you travel. And you'll even encounter some water that's going to flood the level, and lights will flicker, and you cannot really navigate well as the floor will crumble. Okay. And metal would start to erode. Alright. So now, with some general overview of level 33 of the backrooms, now you're finally going to start to imagine exploring level 33 of the backrooms. Okay, mouse clicking. Okay. So, you're now exploring level 33, When you enter, the walls will be entirely clean, as well as the tiled floor. The floor is completely dry and slick and shiny, as if someone already cleaned that floor. Okay. Alright. Lights never flicker. Hounds and dullers are very unlikely to enter. Or some other entity. You'll not see any or barely any entities. Except for places and corners. Alright. For the first 80 or so kilometers, the mall will be perfectly normal, as if it is just built, as if it just has been built and cleaned. Okay. But as you enter the 80th kilometer of exploring, the mall will start to enter of what is known as the corrosion state, and the mall will start to slowly deteriorate from now on. So you will first notice that you will first notice something about the walls, okay? You will start to see bits of mold around them that form, usually near the bottom of the walls, okay? You'll start to see some tiles missing or loose. Sometimes you'll see some light fixtures that will start to flicker every few hours, and you may not really think of that. Maybe if I think it's just a broken light, but the lights will start flickering more often as you go. You will start to feel a little bit more uneasy, and the feeling of being constantly watched. You'll feel constantly watched because of that. During the corrosion state, occasional auditory hallucinations are possible, and more death rats will start to roam the floors, and the smiler can now be spotted in darker areas. At this point, you'll start to see bits of water on the ground, as if rain has been seeping and leaking, or maybe someone has spilled drinks, or as if someone would spill a drink, causing the floor to be wet, and splashes of water will start to form, okay? So, 160 kilometers in, parts of the wallpaper of the walls will appear to be ripped off. The mold that you've previously seen towards the bottom of the walls can now cover larger areas of the wall. You'll start to see grass coming and going through the cracks between the tiles and the dry parts of the floor, and water will start to flood up to 2 inches above the floor. And now the lights will start to flicker more and more often, now flickering every few minutes, and because of that you might start to get a headache, okay? And you will start to feel more paranoid, even in safe shelter, okay? You'll start to hear sounds in your mind, sounds coming from an unknown source, as if you are hallucinating these sounds, and they will become more common as you go, while significantly less often than the auditory hallucinations. And visual hallucinations will also be possible, as well as the chance to spot an and Ithaca. Okay. $320 in, the walls will now appear more ripped and more damaged, as if a bomb explosion occurred there, or some earthquake or some hurricane has hit the building. Okay. Mold will be appearing now, covering entirety of the walls, and moss will hang from the ceiling. The water level will now heighten up to 2 feet above the floor, up to your knees, above your knees even. Okay. Lights will keep flickering, now between seconds, and can sometimes turn off completely and remain that way for several minutes. Effects on the human mind are the equivalent to those in level 6. If you can't recall, level 6 of the backrooms is a very, very dark backrooms level. A level that is almost pitch black. These effects, due to the flickering lights, will make you go insane faster, depending on your personality, your mindset, sometimes driving you to the point of the edge. You're going on edge, okay. Auditory and visual hallucinations will become commonplace, and there is a very, 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 very low chance that one of these hallucinations can manifest into the backrooms and can physically hurt you or injure you. Entities, especially Anthetica's, death rats, and smilers, will start to become very common this far in as well. $400 to 480 kilometers in, the walls will appear more damaged. Okay, there will be grasses growing from the floor up to 6 feet high, taller than you, most likely. And the water level will be 5 feet. So at this point, you'll end up having to swim across this level. The lights will be off, but will flicker on every few hours. These hallucinations will try to fool you into deadly traps, like getting killed by the entities. Around 800 kilometers in, the floor and lights will be non-existent, but there will be fires from the ground to replace the lights. If you make it this far, be warned, as if the hallucinations will most likely try to physically injure you. Entities are always waiting for you to look up to the ceiling, okay? 1,200 kilometers in, the walls appear to be pipes. If you look anywhere but forward, there are entities. A monster. Hallucinations are no longer hallucinations, okay? The hallucinations have definitely manifested into this area of the backrooms. Fires and water from the ground, and poison ivy everywhere. So, there has been a lot of information because an unknown explorer reportedly traveled a good 1,500 kilometers into level 33. The level has been so much deteriorated at that point, so deteriorated that it was described at that point to have 23-foot weeds, mostly going to the ceiling. They have black void for walls, which, with the occasional broken and corroded pipe, an interior that was all simply indescribably chaos. He was later chased back by a group of around 200 aggressive entities. He advised to not go further, but attempts are being made to even go further. Okay. So, this is a video covering level 33 of the backrooms, given in ASMR format. Alright, let me know in the comments which part of the backrooms of this level kinda scares you the most or interests you the most, and which kinds of tingles should I do? Should I do whispering or more of a soft-spoken voice? So this concludes this ASMR Backrooms video for today. Don't forget to look for the glass of almond water hidden throughout the video. If you did, comment down below the timestamp. So I hope you've gotten your tingles. I hope this video will let you fall asleep, pay off your sleep debt, and hopefully pay off the balance of your sleep credit card. Please drop a like if you've gotten your tingles. It'll be greatly, greatly appreciated. And I'll see you in the next video.